I know. I'll take the agenda in chat.
Hello.
Alejandros.
Hey, how are we?
Good, thank you. Hi, Ryan. How are you doing?
Doing good. How about you?
Great. Things ticking over.
For sure.
Let me just. So I've posted the agenda into the chat. Hopefully you've had a chance to look at that. Boss here says he'll be joining a few minutes late. So those are the action items. Neil is proposing to hold an in-camera session to discuss linear layoffs. This is also raised to me by the team at the Porto Node Diversity Workshop. So there's interest in ours setting up technical requirements for linear layoffs to determine whether it is sensible to proceed with, when it's sensible to proceed with a hard fork high margin.
Hello.
Neil is proposing to hold an in-camera discussion on some of the details. We can have an open discussion on the principle of providing the feedback to the teams. So we've been asked to provide basically gating requirements. Hi, Alonso. How much?
Morning. Or afternoon for anyone on the other side.
It's the afternoon here, Alonso.
This is why I say GM. It just means get money. And that applies everywhere. So GM always works.
So Alex isn't able to join us. Christian isn't able to join us. I'm trying to work out here. And Uday, I haven't heard from.
So currently we are Quorbit, but only GS.
We are Quorit, yes. Yes.
I have been unable to get into the bloody. I mean, this notion that 2 people have applied for 2 posts, but you need 7 people to vote for them, is just weird. Right? Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know where. I mean, I thought it was majority voting, but.
Well, no, the point is.
Yeah.
The point is, there's 2 positions, 2 votes. Why do we vote at all?
Because that's the procedure that Intersect has set up. Hi, Boskin. I'm not going to defend. I think you've got more
Okay, good, right. As long as I can just do.
things to cover than intersect procedures. Agree. I think I think we could very sensibly hold a vote in the meeting, and that would, we are quorate. We would obviously allow others to vote, but that would have the full force. For some reason, Intersect wants this to go via the members area, but it's adding more bureaucracy to the process. So it's definitely not an improvement. Okay, I'm going to try to keep the first part of the meeting to 30 minutes, and then, as Neil is proposing, we move to the in-camera session. I've pasted the link to the in-camera session in the closed channel, so hopefully you can all see that. If any voting member can't see that, please let me know. And we can give you a DM with the information. So let's start off as usual. Actions from the previous meeting, and my apologies for not having been here for the last couple of meetings. I have been traveling a lot over the last 2 weeks, and I got to see Martin in person. I got to see Neil in person. I didn't get to see, and I got to see Bosco in person. Yeah. So,
Okay,
it was a good trip.
Mhm.
Thank you.
Okay, action items. I'll share the screen and see what's there. Okay. Just a second. Okay, Christian, he's not here, so I don't know if we got it or not. I don't think so. Quantum readiness presentation from Hart.
Okay.
Let's chase them on that. I've got someone from the community asking me about that, Bosco.
Yeah, Alexander, follow up with Griffin. Alexander Moser is also excused today, right? So if you have anything to share with that, any of you, let us know. Terence Tex is also not here, but we did have this, right?
Yes.
Track the upcoming hard fork working group data points to ensure, okay. Yes, that's done. We can cover that briefly on the agenda. I will keep it short because of the time box. Neil drafted agenda framework outlining committee-specific system integrity concern regarding layers to prepare for deep dive session. That's done or not done? Neil?
Yeah, I've done it. That's what we're going to pick up.
Okay.
The half hour. Sorry, yeah, it's all done. It's all done. That's all that work.
Formal verification. Come on.
all that stuff that appeared in the private channel this morning.
Okay. Okay, for all members, this is not longer like an item. All members need to vote. There is no application phase. Has closed, and then. Okay, set up the poll. I didn't do this, but I've let
on the voting. Bosco, just to make the point, I think everyone's aware. Voting closes on June the 12th. I've pasted the link into the channel for the voting members, so voting members can should be able to access that. You have to go through a dance with the Intersect members office. It takes a while usually to give you the login credentials that you need to access the members area.
It's taking so long that when I get them, they've expired. I've done that 3 times already this morning. Okay.
Okay. It's never got me to. I think it's not normally done that to me, Neil, but it is a very slow turnaround on the credential system.
With the credentials, it's so slow that the other delays mean I don't get it in time.
Right. So Bosco, maybe raise that with Intersect. There's an IT problem there.
I will. Okay, and this is the thing that I didn't officially do in
Slack,
but I raised these concerns on the IC meeting.
Yeah, this is becoming, I just say the bureaucracy is gone because we have a vote. There's 2 people standing for 2 places, and now we still have to vote. Right? This is stupid. Full stop. Anyway, it's recorded now.
It's being recorded. I'm neutral.
Okay.
So we can move on to the
Last
agenda.
Okay.
Yeah.
Moving on to the.
So with these policies now, they have been circulated around the. So we have circulated them in the channels. So you should have seen them. You may have overlooked them in the noise because there's been an awful lot going on. They have been circulated.
Yeah, but the idea that's right. Conceptually, the idea of voting for something whose outcome is there is only one outcome.
No, there are at least two. Well, there are at least two outcomes, right?
Well, people can vote against people.
Well, I think the. And there's
Okay, fine. Oh, do we get to vote? Okay. Oh, okay.
Yeah, there are at least two outcomes, possibly three outcomes.
Well, in which case I definitely need the
3 outcomes. Wow.
exactly.
That's intriguing. What's the
Hard
third?
fork status. Let's get on with the hard fork status.
Let's go with the real stuff. Yeah. So hard fork status, Bosco, do you want to fill us in? You're on mute.
Sorry. Of course, you already listed a lot. So pre-prod has been enacted since late night, midnight UTC. We do have a hard fork metadata for mainnet, which we would like TSC to give quick overview of. It's the same metadata that was used on previous pre-prod already, and I think TSC already gave its opinion. So this is just, I think, a final checkpoint before it's potentially submitted next week.
Just to clarify, it's almost identical to the pre-prod and preview metadata. It's not absolutely identical. In particular, we've updated the governance action, the companion one for the Plutus cost model. And there is a section I've highlighted about the procedures that have been carried out, security evaluations that have been carried out. We need to double check those to make sure that we're not lying about the processes. I've highlighted that to Ryan.
Okay, just give me a quick second. Sorry.
We can raise it tomorrow, Bosco, at the hard fork working group. Hopefully Jeff will be there and he can just confirm what security evaluations have been carried out by the developer team.
Bosco. Yeah.
I'm here. Sorry, guys.
Yeah.
Uh,
So we're
yeah.
saying, Bosco, we can check with the IOG developer team tomorrow during the hard fork working group just to make sure the metadata is not misleading the community.
Okay, and there was a question being raised in the past couple of meetings from Leonard, I think, originally, and then back up by Claire on making sure that we officially say, I mean, TSC officially says that the guardrails are not changed, and there are no expected changes when it comes to the guardrail script. I don't know why that was raised, but anyway, it is raised and being asked for.
It's natural for people to be cautious, Bosco. It's quite a reasonable thing, I think, for people to raise, and it's something we definitely do have to deal with the next hard fork.
Yeah, absolutely. But I think these things have already been checked. So anyway, like this is also something that we would need to do. I mean, TSC would need to do this week, if because as it says here, mainnet hard fork go no go is scheduled for Monday, so in a couple of days, and that's it.
So to clarify, there are no changes to the guardrails for the upcoming hard fork. There is no change to the guardrail script for the upcoming hard fork.
So
And
okay, so does that need to be added to the doc? There's a comment to the fact that that needs to be added to the document to be added to the document.
No, it's already stated in the hard fork metadata.
we can at least, whenever needed or wherever needed, to reference these meeting minutes from today's call and say, okay, this TSC official check. And that's, I think that's it. We don't need to do anything else. When it comes to risk register, it was updated. Some risks likelihood was reduced. So we will see tomorrow on other aspects.
I think we need to take a position, on the hard fork metadata. So are we comfortable with the metadata? And we also need to be involved in the go, no-go decision, Bosco.
I think you're invited. If you think that somebody else is missing, like, that's fine. I will add whoever needs to be there. Whoever you think needs to be there.
Yeah, what I would say is please add the entire TSC.
Okay, I'm writing down.
And I think we want to take we want to discuss an outline position now, so we know what the sentiment is for the TSC. So state players, as Bosco is saying, we've submitted the hard fork onto pre-prod. This is giving DApps some time to do some testing on pre-prod, but it's only about 3 working days, 4 working days before we're taking the mainnet go, no-go decision on submission of the governance action. Okay, so want to make sure that people are aware of that, aware of the potential risk there. Everything otherwise, Bosco appears to be proceeding nicely. There's a new version of Ogmios that people are using. We've got some details to sort out about maintaining the fork there, but I'm not hearing anything negative from that. Please update us.
Yeah, so there might be a way, based on the conversations between IO and CF, that Matthias will review and merge those changes into the original code base sometime late June. So after the governance action has been submitted on mainnet. So we have 2 paths forward for Ogmios and Kupol right now.
So we have 2 paths forward.
Yeah.
So the tooling is being upgraded to use that. There's a good level of adoption of Node version 11 on mainnet already. So though we're not expecting to hard fork until we get 85% of SPOs upgraded.
Currently, blocks produced in the current epoch, according to full tool, is at 76, 77. And on C Explorer, they are counting the last day. In their calculations, it's showing as 84%.
Great. So we haven't quite met the threshold to actually execute a hard fork, but we're comfortable that all going as it is. We will be we will have the stake pools upgraded to a sufficient capacity to execute the hard fork very soon after this hard fork governance action is submitted on mainnet. So does anyone have any other concerns they would like to raise now, things to feed into the hard fork working group? Neil?
I just basically have the position that I just typed in.
Yeah, the pre-prod interval is indeed short if we go on Monday. Okay.
Yeah.
Monday, go, no go. The reason for that is that the pre-prod hard fork messed up.
Oh, yeah, I realize this, right? But I'm saying, well, we accept the risk, right? But we also reserve the right to pull the plug if we get any evidence, contrary evidence.
Correct.
That's all I'm saying, right? We accept it short, right? But what happens is, that's what we do. I don't feel this is. I feel we are being jumped. We shouldn't have been pushed into this position, but we accept that we have been pushed into it, and we will be. We may have to do something we wouldn't have proposed. If in day 6 something goes wrong on pre-prod, right, we would have found it in our normal timescale.
Yes.
Right, but we would now have to pull the plug under this circumstance.
Well, we'd have to tell the DRETs and SPOs wait until the issue is resolved. Probably. Yeah.
We could,
because there's 30 days, 30 or 35 days.
Isn't the can you remove a governance action?
No. If it's not ratified, it won't be enacted.
All right. So basically, we could reach out to the constitutional committees and say, please do not vote for this or something.
Right. We could do that.
That mean that we would find some way of aborting it because it would be done.
Or pausing it is more likely. the likely situation is that we might discover something is not right, and therefore we would hold back the hard fork action.
But the point is, you can only do that for a certain period of time before it expires.
Correct, and that's 35 days. So as long as we're not holding it back for more than 35 days, that's a reasonable position. Maybe 30 days.
So I'm just suggesting that we make that position in writing and maybe change a board delay in my text that I put in.
Great. So you're all invited to this meeting on Monday. We'll feed that in.
Will be. I'm going to check if all of you are invited. If not, I will make sure that whoever is missing is added, so you will be invited.
Great. So you all have the opportunity to participate in that, or to feed your opinions in via the TSC channel.
I mean, okay.
Great. Anything you want to call out from the risk register, Bosco?
No, nothing. Like literally, we have reduced the likelihood on a couple of them with the chance to reduce them even more tomorrow. So everything is looking good currently there.
Great. So let's move on to the next item on the agenda. So parameter committee. So Alex isn't here. The other Ryan isn't there. There's an item here that you may want to speak to, Ryan. So the police parameter update on mainnet. I checked it yesterday. I think it was 47%. I've checked it today. It's 54%. It's still got about 3 weeks to go for the voting, so it's looking very likely that it will pass. CC committeeman size reduction, governance action, that's live. It's got longer to run. I haven't quite checked. I haven't checked the date recently. I can just do that. So it expires on July the 8th. That's currently running at about 19%. So it's getting a reasonable level of support for this stage. And obviously it's a community decision as to whether to do the reduction or not. So that seems to be progressing well. And then on Thursday, the main item of discussion is going to be K equals 1000, Ryan.
Yep. I think a couple weeks ago, we had pretty good discussion on that. Juan joined us and put together some research. I think he shared some links to that in the documentation. There's another paper that I was trying to find a link for, but it seems to have moved or been renamed. So I'm not sure where that was, but I think his conclusion, based on looking what happened last time K was raised, was that there was some evidence that it did help small and medium pools. There was something brought up about networking concerns, that peer lists are the biggest bottleneck, and K to 1000 would be within margins. Yeah, a couple of other comments I left in the document. I also put together a Dune dashboard if anybody hasn't seen that. Yeah. I think that's the gist of how that went. If we're going to discuss it tomorrow again, I'm happy to do that too.
Yeah, so we'll have the discussion tomorrow and we'll report back based on the discussion next week.
Sounds good.
You have 7 more minutes, Kevin, based on your original plan. So what do you want to do next?
What I want to do next is to cover the budget process, and then we can move into the item we're going to discuss in camera. So budget status, the TSC budget proposal is attracting a good level of yes votes at the current point in time. When I checked early this morning, it was about 65.5%. So Bosco and Simo were checking. We since had another fairly big yes vote come in, so it's currently running at 67.9%. Bosco, I think, in favour, which is promising but not certain. And what I think we need to do is, so Yoroi and Emergo haven't voted, for example, is my understanding.
I think even if they abstain, right, that would help.
Okay, so they've abstained. So what we might want to do is to reach out to some of the GD reps who haven't voted and see if we can persuade them to vote in favour of the proposal. I have been addressing the comments that have come up through the Ecclesia system. There aren't very many comments, so not many GREPs have been engaging with the proposals via Ecclesia, but we've been answering as the comments have come in. And I think, well, looking at the general budget process, I think we can agree it's a bit of a issue. But let's see how things fall out by the close of voting on June the 12th, and keep our fingers crossed for the TSC budget and for the Intersect budget. Great. Anything anyone wants to say on that? And keep the comments polite, please. Okay, so let's move on. Good timing. The linear Laos technical gating requirements. I'm not quite sure what the correct terminology is here, but one of the issues that came up at the Node Diversity workshop in Porto last week was that the team would appreciate having a set of criteria that it could work to, that it could use to demonstrate acceptance for linear Laos as we go to the hard fork. And there are obvious things to do there. There are things like making sure the constitution is updated, making sure there is proper discussion of new parameter settings at the parameter committee. But Neil, I know you want to raise an item out of bounds. So
yeah, I think there were two things here. Are we being asked to do a formal acceptance of the vendor's delivery of the product?
I don't think no. I don't think we're being asked to do that. I think what we're being asked to do is to define the criteria that we think should be met for acceptance.
Okay.
So
in which case,
we could do the latter, but I don't think we're being asked to do it.
well, so the point is that okay, I'm just making, because that was a slightly, we'll cover that in Canva. But I mean, I've just wanted to ask that question. So basically, okay, let's cover that in Canva, because that's going to get interesting, that discussion again.
Okay, so what would be good to do in this session is to have a vote on whether we produce the set of requirements for the Laos team.
I would like to postpone that vote until we've had the conversation in Canva, because I don't think we have enough context. I vote we consider it, and we consider it in the next in Canva straight away. Okay.
Okay. Anything else anyone wants to say in the open session? No. So let's shift to the closed session. We'll use the working session meet link pasted into the Slack channel. If you don't have that, contact Bosco. He will pass it on.
Can I absolutely? Can I drop from that call, if I may? Do you need me there on the second closed session? Okay.
We won't be minishing anything, Bosco. This will be discussion.
Yeah, I don't think I would be able to contribute meaningfully there. So have a great day. Let me know if you need me.
Great. Thank you, everyone. So
Bye-bye.
let's switch over, and I'll talk to you again in a couple of minutes.
Thank you.
Thank you.